we'll come to that candidate's right to continue. This portion, we're only going to have 2 minutes to answer. We're going to be extremely strict. Think about it. 6 questions I've been given, 6 candidates, 2 minutes, that's 72 minutes to complete this portion of this program. And we have to be out of here by 3 o'clock. So that's the clock we're up against. All right, so here is the first question. Often there is talk about the children being our future. What will you do to promote opportunities for children and youth in Assembly District 65? And I'm going to go all the way back to Dr. Allen.
That's what happens when your name's already made, right? You always first. The gentleman said, how are you going to increase our youth with the opportunity to have what you have? How are you going to show us how to make millions? How are you going to show us how to own property? How are you going to show us how to get back into the community and make a difference? By doing what I do every day, by showing by example. There are so many programs, and I'm going to make sure I got my question right. There's so many programs which offers opportunity for mentorship. Do you know what it's like to be a black man in the black and Mexican community, and everybody don't know what it is when we have access and we look at other people for our success? But do you know what it likes to be that man and show us what success is? The way you improve growth in the community is by bringing our kids forward, touching our hands, showing that it's not no disrespect to LeBron James or the athletes, that heroes are in your neighborhood every day. Owning property, owning business, having employees, and you can do the same. How do you improve it? Mentorship. We can talk about education, but we don't talk about what you do, and I see you do it. I can do it too.
But you keep understanding the piece. The question remains, all players talk about children in our future, but we need to promote opportunities for children and youth in Assembly District 65.
Yeah, so I actually started organizing South LA, when I worked as a teacher in Watts, and I had a young son I adopted in Rockland at the time, but I said, more time with my students, then they came back home, I hope that I did with my son doing it. And a lot of our students are now working from foster care, and that was my passion why I started organizing. I started a body scheme that's now a nonprofit. My kids are working today on the weekends. I support them while I'm running for office, as a mentor. And what I saw was even, in the small investments I made as a teacher and as a mentor, how much that could change a kid's life, right? And so I'm running for assembly because I want financial investments into expanding those nonprofits, those organizations, honestly making teachers more, right? And making sure schools are community schools. So some things I want to do to expand opportunities. I want to end the school to prison pipeline. So many of our black and brown children do not have the opportunities like what Dr. Al mentioned, right? So we need to make sure we provide these pathways to unions, tuition-free public college, right? It's putting students out of debt right now. I want to increase those pipelines. I also want to make sure, that we can, a lot of our young people can't afford to live right now. They live with their parents, right? Or they're in a house. We need to make sure housing is affordable. I'm proud to have the endorsement of ACE, which means I'm a strong champion for renters' rights. I live in Mexico, I fought for it in the district for rent tax. I'm also, the only candidate to be endorsed by the California Young Democrats as well. Because young people trust me because I've always stood with them, whether it's the Students Deserve Wing of Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, fighting for the Black Student Achievement Program, or whether it's standing, with the students in college who are TAs, who are trying to make sure that they're paid a fair wage, right? So I have more time left, but that's what I want for young students, to just make sure we're paying the people serving them more, and we are building the pipelines so we can invest in their future.
You gotta tilt it. Keep it like that.
Can you repeat the question? The question is, all players talk about the children being our future. What will you do to promote opportunities for children and youth in Assembly District 65?
The journey for a kid starts in elementary school. At Naturally, is one of can ACC in life, can ACC career, can you see a goal in regards to being a productive person in society? One thing that is lacking in this education system is the fact that there is no emphasis on vocational training. To me, that is very interesting because of the fact that when to say to tell a student he has to go to college is leading essentially nation power. Once that student goes through the process of high school, the question becomes, where is his livelihood going to be? The livelihood has to be associated with the family situation. In most instances, most black and brown kids will have an opportunity of being able to prosper, being able to own a house. Therefore, it becomes a question of what is this pathway to success through apprenticeship programs. Apprenticeship program in regards to whether it is medical races, whether it's based upon his ability to structure things, and also whether or not there's a situation where that student sees a pathway to success. One program I will be pushing, and that is apprenticeship is based upon apprenticeship vocational training. Right now, food systems is closing down, but the problems in the warehouses, I'm saying is manufacturing between world progressive situation in terms of livelihood and also career opportunities.
So my research that I took across the nation was on dismantling the preschool to pipeline prison. I studied how teachers need to support Black boys in public preschool. With that, Unified nominated me and I won Principal of the Year with the Association of California School Administrators, which I'm proud of being endorsed. So I have opened 2 quality going programs for Los Angeles Unified. I believe in investing in preschool. I have secured grants for the matrix for outdoor classrooms for LAUSD. I have participated, led, voted on, invested and funded a $225 billion project to open a state-of-the-art high school in Compton Unified School District in Bermuda, Puerto Rico. So I'm taking what I've done in Assembly District 65 on the state level because I'm a lifelong educator, 30 years of education, a master's in education administration, a master's in education leadership and policy study, and a doctorate in education. Children are my wheelhouse. I believe in my heart and know that when we invest in early education and those who invest in adult ed, that's how we continue to have a thriving nation. Not only have I worked in the preschool setting, I've also supported and participated and brought in skill trade and apprenticeships in Compton Unified. So our students, once they graduate from high school, can get jobs in welding, carpenters, EMTs, career pathways in law enforcement, and to the fire academy, being a daughter of a fire captain and a niece of a fire captain. So what I have done on the city and the district level and the LAUS level, as a school board level, I intend to take on the state level.
Thank you. Well, I work with the youth right now, and I work with children in underserved, highly polluted communities like Wilmington. Let me just tell you, some of my children and my kids, I call them my kids and students, they call me a maestra. And I'm going to tell you what happens in my community, in District 65, Wilmington, Compton, Love, South LA. We are having a huge problem when our children, our kids are not equipped with the materials and the technologies necessary to go and learn basic things like a laptop. My kids are doing homework in cell phone. That's the problem we're having. It's not about more organizations and more funding. There is, we can find the funding, we just have to allocate it and bring the resources necessary to the areas that are needed. I'm working right now in pilots being created because we're transitioning right now to the 100% renewable energy, zero emissions. What's happening? There's billions of dollars that are coming to our District 65. And we're not talking about that. How do we get our kids and our youth to get into the programs necessary? How do we create curriculum that is adapted to our young
need 70% of all electronics to be electrical. Where is that in all of this? Why don't we have to create that pathway? We are late. We need to start running right now. We need to start making sure that from the middle, that they know that this is the new future. That we have to train them, get them into that paradigm. Thank you.
Good evening, this is Renee, and I'm a public school teacher. And I started learning hammer and saw in second grade. This was in the 60s. I'm no older. But let me tell you, I'm also was the Career Technological Education Chair for the California Teachers Association. So let me tell you what's happening. They passed laws that took out the hands-on activities we used to have for our children. Now they're in front of a kindergarten, they're in front of a computer instead of building blocks. If you do not know neurology, you understand that the motor skills are so much important for the development of the brain. We have to go back all the way to pre-K and kindergarten for them to have hands-on experience. By middle school, they should start dreaming what their career should be. When I was in middle school, we had metal shop, wood shop, right? We had everything, right? We had it all, but it was all taken out. And that's where we need to go back to. And that's where the laws come in. This is what's so important about this position. We have to have somebody that's going to fight for our children. And just to let you know, trade skills actually are paying higher than our four-year degree university students when they come out with a degree. I have teachers at my school, their children that have degrees cannot get a job. So the thing is that we have to go back, starting at kindergarten, on up, and put that hands-on experience with our children. And I think that's where we need to go. And also, just to give you a clue, what happened was, you have to have a credential to be in the classroom. Sorry. Thank you. My name is Lydia Wiggins. Thank you for the opportunity.